Yo. I'm going to put the link in the chat if anybody wants to hop on here and kick it. Chill out. Let's see here. Guests. Private, or give me just a sec, guys. I'm trying to get this figured out. Oh, comments there. How do I do a comment? Hey, Callie Love. Thanks for the first comment there. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Can you guys hear me okay? Say what up. Say what up. I'm trying to see how I can post. I'm going to be allowing people to jump on here and chat with me. If anybody's interested in doing that, let me know, and I'm going to drop the link here. And you guys, if you guys want to hop on here and chat about whatever. I know Matt was supposed to come up here and chat with me here soon. I think JR is as well. What up? I'm trying to figure out how to... Is it not going to let me chat with you guys? What the heck? I mean, I guess I don't really need to chat with you guys since I'm talking to you. Duh. Duh. I'm going to turn my phone sideways, see if this helps. Still good? Now my finger's on the stream. Let's see here. How do I do that? Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to put the link in here, so copy. I don't see how I can, it's not letting me post. How can I do this? More, hold on guys. Oh, here we go. Post comment. Sorry, I'm such a newbie with this stuff. Did that post? Chat. Done. Sorry for my fat thumbs hitting on the screen. Did that go? Okay. So that should allow people to join. I'm going to plug my phone in real quick, guys. Let's see here. I'm going to be able to see what you guys are talking about on this phone. Live stream. I'm not seeing myself live here. Gosh, this is hard to do on that. I'm just having the one phone. Let's see if I can search for myself. What's going on here? Just a minute, guys. Be patient with me. Matt, if you're in here, hey, JR, do you want to hop on there? I dropped that link if you wanted to hop in here and chat. Say what's up. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I want to hear about your what you were talking about, how you were swallowing that. Give me just a sec, guys. I'm trying to... Okay, here we go. I see me. Oh. There we go. All right. Now I can see everything. I'll watch for you to pop in, JR, if you're going to hop in. Switch this account. There we go. All right. Now I can see everything. All right, I'm going to look through the comments here. It's kind of hard for me to look on this phone. I've got another phone here, so it's easier for me to go off this phone. So if you guys think I'm ignoring you, I'm not. I'm just reading your comments through this phone. Yeah, baby. All right. Callie asked, what is my feelings on drinking while on subs? How much are you drinking and what dose are you on? I know that they say that you're not supposed to do that, but I know a lot of people still do. I mean, if you're drinking really heavy and taking higher doses of subs, I think that that could be dangerous for like your respiratory system, meaning that things could shut down. Like if you're taking a bunch of shots, you're taking 16 milligrams of Suboxone, I definitely think that's something to be careful with and be concerned about. So I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, or if you're talking about having a beer or two here and there and having 2 milligrams of Suboxone a day. I'm not really sure your situation there, but hopefully that touches on the situation here. That being said, none of this is medical advice. I'm not a doctor, never said I was, so please don't take this as medical advice, guys. This is just chilling and killing. Let's see here. So I can see that the link that I posted was in there. I don't see that anybody's jumped on here yet. Let me make sure. Nope. JR, are you going to jump in here and chat? Oh, he's cooking. Okay. Maybe Matt will hop on here. Matt was wanting to kind of get on here and chop it up with me too. So Maddie, if you're in here, hit that link, buddy. Hop on in here and let's talk about your stuff. What are you cooking, JR? It's there now. Kristen says, I'm new at the live chat also. Thank you for posting how you're doing. Your channel helped me when I was looking for videos when I was getting off Suboxone, so thank you. You're welcome. How did that go? How did that go for you? Congratulations on getting off Suboxone. It sounds like you made it off. So you're doing better than me. I mean, I've made it off before, but I came back on, as you guys have seen. JR's cooking beef, tostadas, Mexican rice. Damn, hook it up. Cook me up some. Send some my way, buddy. Just real quick to touch on my Suboxone, guys. So I'm going to make a Suboxone taper video update, whatever, in the next probably couple days, but I'm doing really good. Last week I got 1 day at 0.75 milligrams. As you guys know, I'm on 1 milligram, but I'm starting to sprinkle in days at 0.75 milligrams. So less than 1 milligram. Today is one of those days. Monday I got 0.75 milligrams. Tuesday was 1 milligram. Today's 0.75 again. So once I am steady on 0.75, ideally in the next couple days, I'll make a video just kind of letting people know. That way they don't have to dig through this long live stream, because this is just kind of chatting about whatever, really. And if you guys have any questions for me, you know, as always, just throw it in the live chat, and I'll do my best to touch on your question. Kristen she said it went great. 3 years on August 29th this year. How long did it take you to get off Suboxone, and how do you feel being off of it? Like, is it way different? Congratulations, 3 years. That's a long time. Callie Love. Hey, thanks, Callie. You're always in here supporting me. I appreciate it. She says, I take 8 milligrams a day and drink 2 or 3 White Claws a few times a week. I wouldn't be concerned about that. I mean, 2 or 3 drinks a week, or 2 or 3 drinks a couple times a week, that's not bad. And a lot of people are on way higher doses of alcohol and Suboxone. So I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying, as far as worrying about dying in your sleep, I probably wouldn't be too concerned about that. But again, I don't recommend that you do that. If possible, try not to. And definitely don't get crap-faced drunk while you're taking Suboxone or opiates especially. Thanks for sharing that, though, Callie. The real Cynthia says steroids, question mark. What about them? You got questions about steroids? You think I'm on steroids? I'm not on steroids. I am on testosterone replacement therapy, which some would consider steroids. However, my testosterone levels are verified by the doctor to be in the normal, although they are in the higher upper normal range. I've been on testosterone replacement therapy with a doctor legally for the last 12 years, guys. So I have worked out for 20 years straight. So my physical fitness is on a higher level than most. That's steroids. If you want to call that steroids, then sure, you could say I'm on steroids. I've been on what I consider steroids in the past, and that was about 1,000 milligrams of performance-enhancing drugs, and I looked like a totally different person. I look like a little tiny rookie right now compared to what I look like on steroids. So you'll know when I'm on steroids because I'll be twice this size. But if you think 150 milligrams a week of testosterone for a guy in his 40s is steroids, then you clearly have no idea what you're talking about. So just a heads up there, Cynthia. There are so many people. I'm sure you've seen plenty of commercials for men having low T, and it's a horrible experience to have low T. If your testosterone is in the low levels, I had the testosterone of an 85-year-old man before I got on testosterone replacement therapy, right? So that's why I'm on it. Does it suck that I have to put a needle in my ass once a week with this much testosterone to maintain my body and my physique and my well-being and kicking me out of this horrible depression? I'm going to do it, and I have done that. And I have no shame in that, and neither should anybody else considering testosterone replacement therapy. You go through a doctor, they make sure your levels are normal, they maintain your blood levels to make sure that all your other functions are normal. It's a healthy way to be, in my opinion. But thanks for calling me a juice head, real Cynthia. Rawr. Epic Life Gaming. I appreciate you and your videos. Your honesty helped me a lot. After 8 years on subs, I tapered down to a 0.25 milligram, and now 69 days clean. Still not back to normal, but I'm still motivated. Damn, man, 69 days, you're killing it. How long did you stay down to 0.25 milligram for? Congratulations. That's freaking awesome. I'm assuming you're a man, so if I get that wrong. Awesome work, man. I will be there again soon. I'm really curious, though, how long you stayed down at that dose. The real Cynthia. All right, you're kind of starting to be kind of rude with stuff, so if you keep that up, I might have to get you out of here. You're not. You don't know what you're talking about. Taking testosterone will give you cancer. Come on. Everything can give you cancer. Don't be rude, Cynthia. I haven't seen you in here before, so if you come in here talking crap, I have to bid you a good night. You can be respectful and ask questions, that's fine, but don't be rude. Kristen says, I feel great. It was hard, but I made it by the grace of God. Pause lasted about 9 months, to be honest, but is so amazing. I was on it for 11 years. I'm so thankful to be off. Callie's right. I do need mods, and no, I don't have any yet. Damn, look at Callie in here backing me up. Thanks, girl. I appreciate it. But Kristen, that's freaking badass. Gosh. Yeah, I know. I can tell there's so many people lately that are making it through this, and that really gives me a lot of hope. And then I was actually looking through some of my old videos earlier this week, and I was like, holy crap, I was pushing fast through the taper, and I was just amazed at how fast I was able to do that, right? And it was just like, dang, it's crazy what you can do when you're really motivated to do that. Okay, do you have anything constructive to bring to the conversation, Cynthia, or are you just going to be rude all day? Jeez. You trying to curse me, Cynthia? You want me to die, girl? Come on now. Kristen be like, she's rude. Why be like that? Yeah, don't be rude to me. I'm chilling here, all right? I don't need the hate. I can fix this. Hold up just a second, guys. You would be in timeout. Ah, Felicia. I can't stand rude people like that. Yeah, buddy. Timed out, girl. That's the first time I've had to do that. JR's laughing. Don't be in here talking shit. Talk shit, get hit. Right? But yeah, guys, I'm doing good on 0.75 milligrams today. It's funny. It's like, it seems like it's like once you get below, I would say around 1 milligram, that's when for me the physical stuff starts to kick in, right? So it seems like everything like above, maybe above 2 milligrams, it's mostly just emotionally. You're kind of fighting your emotions to taper, right? Sorry, I keep saying right. It's something I've just started doing lately. I don't know why or where that came from. So if that gets a little old. Okay. Yeah, I've just never had anybody sit here and say, you're going to get cancer, or however, whatever she was saying. That's why I didn't block her. I just put her in timeout for a minute so she can stop talking crap. Like I said, guys, I'm all about constructive criticism, but if I feel like someone just keeps going and keeps going, talking crap, that's freaking rude. I'm not rude to you. Don't be rude to me is all I ask. Mutual respect, guys. ELG says, I was on 0.25 for only 2 weeks, but I was on 0.25 for nearly 2 years. I was on 0.25 for only 2 weeks. Oh, but I was on 0.75 for nearly 2 years. Dang. So you drug it out pretty good, huh? Yeah, it seems like the people that really come in slow and low, I feel like those people are the ones that have definitely like have the easier time coming off. I still don't want to say that it's easy for anybody to come off. I was really amazed. The first time I jumped off Suboxone was at 3 milligrams. That kicked my butt. So I came back on at 1 milligram thinking it would be, or I tapered down to 1 milligram thinking that it would be, you guys are cracking me up in the comments, thinking that it would be way easier. It was still really hard at 1 milligram for me. That being said, though, I did do that taper quicker than I would recommend now. It's funny, the more you're around this medication and the longer you are on it, the more you realize that it's a strong medication and that you have to respect it. You can't just climb in and jump out of this thing like nothing. Unfortunately, I wish it was easier than it was, but yeah. And then you guys seen, if you guys don't know, I failed jumping off at 1 milligram, and then I tapered down to 1/4 milligram over like another month or two, and then I tried jumping off, and even then the withdrawal was really hard. So I made it through, I want to say, if I remember right, for like 2 weeks. Was it longer than that? Gosh, I don't know. Sorry, guys. I've been off and on Suboxone a few times, I should say. But it was really hard for me, and so this time around, I know that I need to come in slower and lower and ride out the. I can taper down to 0.5 milligram pretty easily, and 1/4 milligram pretty easily, and I do stabilize on those doses. It's just I need to stay on it longer before I jump off. And the good thing about right now is that I'm not having any negative issues from Suboxone, as to where when I was on higher doses, that's why I was wanting off so bad, because I was having issues with it, right? I'm not having those complications anymore now that I'm at such a small dose. I'm going to check and see if anybody's in the guest room, if Matt made it in here. No, he's not in here. Hopefully he shows up. I was wanting you guys to meet Matt if you don't know him yet. Let's see here. The real Cynthia too, so she got a backup channel. Here we go. Oh man, all right. So you're willing, and I'm just gonna read these comments that she's putting on here. So she says, so you're willing to risk health simply for looks? Doesn't that seem shallow? Come on, girl, get real. Troll, professional troll, he says. So many people appreciate you making these videos. Thank you, Kristen. At least somebody's nice in here. The real Cynthia, though, I'm going to read her last comment before I dip her out of here. Real Cynthia says, you should never get off Suboxone. That's how you spell Suboxone, right? That is a recipe for disaster. Raw! All right, I'll just stay on it for the rest of my life then, just for you, the real Cynthia. What else should I do for you, Cynthia? Should I just change my entire life because you say so? Nah, I don't think so. I wonder how many accounts Cynthia has. She wants to hop on here and troll out. Cynthia, do you wear makeup? Doesn't that seem shallow that you put makeup on just for looks? That's silly to say stuff like that, right? It's kind of fun having a troll on here, though. I've never had one of these bad boys. Anyways, all right. So Kristen says 4 milligrams is what I did. It was dang hard. Don't do that. Don't do that, people. Taper. Yeah, 4 milligrams. Jumping off 4 milligrams is really hard. You're right. I think Matt just tried that not long ago, and he said it was very challenging too. It really kind of hit him, I believe, around day 4. It takes, when you're on a higher dose like that, it takes a while for it to kind of kick in. What's the problem, Cynthia? You hating? I don't want to give her too much more attention. ELG asks, are you still on your taper plan? Yes, I am. I just mentioned a moment ago that today I was on 0.75 milligram, and yesterday was 1, and Monday was 0.75. So I'm meshing down to 0.75 right now, right? So, and I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I will put out another video soon that just lets people know that I'm on 0.75 every day. So we're under a milligram basically, guys, at this point. And like I said, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. My fitness is really on point. I'm working out 5-6 times a week. I eat health food all day long, and I'm really watching my diet really well right now. Hikel Nazim says boom.nijo. What is that? Somebody always puts that weird comment in here. I have no idea what that means. Does anybody know what that means? Is it maybe just a computer? Could just be a computer. Let's see here. Watch this fat fun for a sec, guys, here. Bye, Felicia. I'm going to zoom up here real quick. Blah, 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 blah. I'm down with that rude shit now. It's a bot. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Well, that was easy. Deleted. JR, how are you doing, man? You ready to hop on here and chill? Look like I got that tattoo from Patagonia. I don't know what that is. What's Patagonia? This tattoo is huge. All the way down. This goes all the way down my back and my leg. It's just a bunch of whatever. Not having your, congratulations, bud. Not having your medication under your control will help a lot. I never kept extra medicine my 8 years because I could never self-control. Yeah, that was really hard for me. As you guys, if you've seen, so I really had a hard time. It's like I could taper myself down to like 2 milligrams, 1.5 milligrams. After that, it was really hard because there would be certain days that you were kind of struggling, right? And then you'd be like, oh, I'll just take 2.5 milligrams today. And I'm just being real with you guys. I don't want to say I'm perfect and say, oh, I'm so strict. I'm so strict every single day, day in and day out. No, there was days that I slacked. That's why I got rid of the medication. And ever since I did that, it's been like this. Instead of going like this, right? And fighting to taper, it's like this now. I feel like I'm just gliding down in. Patagonia, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, is a high-end brand. Yeah, I never heard of that. Ryan says, I got back on it. I tried to flirt with it and pain, but fell off the wagon. Laugh out loud. Small amounts do me fine now. So do you have chronic pain? Is that what you're saying? Ryan says, and I'm not depressed like I was 3 months. The 3 months I was clean. Yeah, I can relate to that. It was very hard for me to. It's like your body doesn't want to kickstart the like the feel good hormones, right? I used to kind of always tell myself that my body can't make happy hormones anymore because I used them all when I was abusing opiates. And I just know that it's just like it's going to be a long road to recovery to get your brain functioning happily on a normal basis. It's going to take a while. So we got to be patient with ourselves. JR says, I'm chilling with my little girl, eating, half watching a movie, maybe a few. You're cool, bud. Damn, you multitasking. Jason S says, you still on subs? Yes, I'm on 3/4 to 1 milligram. 3/4 of a milligram to 1 milligram a day. Hey, Callie. Kylie Les says, incoming the real Cynthia 3. Yeah, I'm sure she has another account coming in here to fire away shots. Man, she was putting down some heat, huh? Matt, what up, Boa? You gonna jump in here and chat or what? I'm looking in the guest thing. I don't think I see you in here yet. I put the link at the very top of the chat, Matt. If you want to come on in here and kick it with your Boa. You have to scroll up to the very top of this chat and you'll see the link. You should do it. Hey, you guys encourage Matt to come on in here and chat with us. Say, do it. Let's see here. Kristen Robertson said, this is a very good idea to give your meds to your friend to hold for you. Yeah, or if it's your spouse or your family member, that's literally one of the best things I did for my taper was to take it out of my control. You know, ideally, you guys are working with a doctor and the doctor can be bringing you down as you fit, but sometimes they don't want to go, like sometimes they don't want to do what you feel like you need to do, right? Not all doctors are created equal. We'd like to think that all doctors know exactly how we're feeling inside, but they only know what we tell them, right, guys? So at the end of the day, yes, it's ideal to get your doctor's advice, but at the end of the day, you really need to know how you're feeling inside. Your soul, is it telling you that you should be taking a lower dose? Are you safe to take a lower dose? Are you in risk of relapse? Because if you are, don't take a lower dose. Don't worry about tapering. If you think you're going to relapse, don't do it. It's not worth it. Jason says, just go through the rough 2 months. It's worth it, brother. I know. It's hard, man. It's so hard. It's like I know I can see the light. It's right there at the end of the tunnel, but it's just like I've said this before. It seems like there's just this huge boogeyman under my bed that's going to come out if I don't take my Suboxone, right? Even though it's a small dose, it still keeps the boogeyman at bay. So I know it's just like I wish I could just turn that switch off and just go for it, but it's just like I'm just doing really good right now in life, and the tapering is working for me now. But I do have days, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel exactly how you said, Jason. I just want to just shut the world off for a couple months and just suffer and hopefully come out a better man on the other side of it. Oh shit, I think we got Maddie in here, guys. Let's see if we can get him on here just a sec. Yeah, buddy. Add to stream.
What's up?
What up, boy? Can you hear me? Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, buddy. Hold on, let me bring you a little closer here. Damn, look at Maddie in the tank top. What up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put the tank top on, man. I knew you'd have yours on.
There you go. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a tank top before. Look good, man. Looking good. How you doing, bud?
Good. Thanks, man. Doing pretty good. Looks like we got a little bit of a delay, but
yeah, it's okay. We'll just
okay.
try to I'll try to say some things and then I'll wait for you to respond and then we'll kind of go with it that way. Sometimes these things kind of, they do that ironically. But how are you feeling?
Doing good, man. I'm feeling great, actually. I'm down to about 1.5 to 1 milligram a day. And ever since I've gotten to that point, just everything's gotten better. To be honest, my bowel movements are flowing a lot better. I just can feel a lot more, and I even have more this ambition to go out and do things. I have more sexual drive, so I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I remember when I first spoke with you, maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, you were what, right up around 4 milligrams or so, if I recall?
Yeah. Yep, I tried, I was at 4 and I tried to jump off at 4 milligrams. Like you were saying earlier, I just had no idea, like, in all honesty, the strength of this medication. And I just wasn't prepared at that time. So I realize now that I need to just slowly taper down and be good to myself and not pressure myself too much.
Yeah, I remember when you let me know that you jumped off, and I remember you said you were like, "I'm ready to like fight this," but it's a different feeling once you actually feel the withdrawals kick in, right? Like, what were you experiencing on, what was it, day 4? What were you experiencing when the withdrawals really started kicking in? Can you tell everybody kind of what they would expect?
Yeah, it was, I'll be honest, it made me feel overconfident at first because for the first couple of days, I felt like, oh, I've got this. Sure, I felt a little shaky, a little low energy, but I didn't feel that bad for the first couple of days. Um, it wasn't until the 4th day that it really hit me hard. And I remember at night just dropping to my knees and kind of flopping on the floor like a fish, just moving uncontrollably. And the biggest thing for me was that, like, the negative emotions that just came in on me, like thoughts that I wouldn't even normally have, everything like and I just wasn't ready, you know,
Yeah, your
if that
phone
makes
was
any
kind of
sense.
cutting out there a little. Your phone was cutting out there a little bit at the
Oh,
end,
I'm
but
sorry. I know.
no, you're good. Is your internet okay?
I'm sorry about that.
You're good, man.
I think it's
So,
okay. It seems to be. Let me
okay. Yeah,
jump over to Wi-Fi here.
there you go. Try that. Are you still there? I might have lost him for a sec, guys. I'm sure he'll be back on in a sec. Hopefully it's not my internet. You guys still see me okay? There you are.
Yeah. Can you hear me any better?
Yeah, it seems like it's a fast response too now.
Good, good.
Okay, yeah, you can hear me better now too, it seems like. So when you were on, let's say going back to when so 4 milligrams, is that the highest you've ever gone?
The highest I ever went was 4 milligrams. Yeah.
And you were having negative thoughts on that dose, if I recall correct? You were struggling on that dose? As far as just feeling like guilty and stuff on it, or?
I tell you what, you know what? I'm definitely hearing you kind of speak over and over again, so it's tough. So bear with me. Um, yeah, 4 milligrams is extremely hard. You know what, buddy? Unfortunately, it's so hard for me to communicate with you because it just keeps on losing. Can you hear me at all?
See if you can just turn off your video and then you can just go through the audio. Can you do that? On the StreamYard app, you should be able to just turn off the video. And then that way the audio should go right through on the audio. Try
Okay, let me
that for a
try.
sec. Okay, that seems like that's working really good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Everything's fine?
All right, hang on. I think this is a little better.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yep, I hear you now, buddy. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes you got to just cut the video because the video, it takes up so much of your your internet. Are you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So Kristen had asked, she said 4 milligrams at the highest, question mark. Were you not taking a lot of pills or what? Do you want to tell her about the alcohol stuff? What you were doing before Suboxone?
Yep. 1 second. Yeah, so I wasn't actually on. Sorry, hold on. So 4 milligrams was the highest I was ever on. Before that, I had shoot. You know what, buddy? I'm so sorry. I keep on hearing myself, and I just can't really communicate. Let me try something here.
Okay.
How's that?
I can hear you good. Yeah, I can hear you really good.
Okay, this is better now. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I still have the same issue.
Did you? I didn't hear anything you said, so your phone must be still cutting out. Sorry, guys. He had to drop out of there. Maybe he can. Maybe he needs to reset something or something. But it sounded like something was cutting off. Something kept cutting off. If you figure it out, Matt, feel free to jump back in on that link. Is there anybody else that wants to come on here and chat about their stuff? Feel free, scroll up and hop on in. It just wasn't working out, but it's all right, Matt. If you, I don't know if you have a certain situation going on with your internet or whatever, but I appreciate you trying, brother. We got some stuff in there. It's fun to have somebody else on here and chat about their stuff, not just old me all the time. If you figure it out, Matt, feel free to jump back on, buddy. If anybody else wants to come on here and chat or ask me any questions on the video, if you're shy about being on video, you can do what he did there at the end and just turn off the video part of it. Feel free to do so. I'm going to see if there's any other questions in the live chat here. Yeah, Kristen said she could hear you. Kristen, you want to hop on? Come chat. Scroll up and hit that link. Southern dude, what up? I'm at work, but going to hang out and listen. Shout out to you, brother, for multitasking, working and listening. Kristen B says, subs saved my life too. Jason says the same. So a lot of people say that, guys, and we all know it's not easy to get off Suboxone, but chances are we're alive because of Suboxone, right? So it just bought us time to fight the good fight, basically. I've said before in other videos that I've lost about 10 friends, from opiate addiction and heroin. And if they had known about Suboxone, they'd be here today making videos probably with me, right? So Suboxone saves lives, guys. There's no question about it. Let's see here.
Hold on.
Kristen, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? You can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great. I've never been on this before, so it's I'm learning how to do this.
Did it just invite you to like a StreamYard app, or did it go to YouTube?
I clicked on the StreamYard app and then I entered my name.
I gotcha. How are you doing? Are you on Suboxone, or do you have any questions for me or anything?
No, I'm not on it. I'm the person that was commenting that I've been off of it for almost 3 years.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember now.
Yes,
Congratulations to you. You want to share how you did it?
Yes, it's very, very bizarre, but I'll tell you how I did it. This is going to sound really crazy. So I was on it for like 11 years. I had an opiate addiction due to a car wreck that I had been in. And so I was on it for a long time. I didn't have any side effects. I mean, I was doing great on it, on about like 4 milligrams of it, sometimes give or take a milligram, I mean, sometimes people go up a little bit on their dosage, but I was seeing the same doctor, everything like that. Well, about, I don't know, maybe 7 years into it, I started having just like really bad stomach pains. And it wouldn't matter if I swallowed the medication or let it build up in my mouth, spit it out, whatever. I'm making a long story short for y'all.
You're doing really good, by the way.
Well, thank you. And so basically I just started having like horrible stomach problems, just sort of out of the blue. I had all the tests done and everything, GI scope, colonoscopy. They could never, figure out what was wrong. So I just literally got to the point where I was like living in chronic stomach pain on the medication, and there was nothing else for me to try, to make my stomach pain go away. So one day I just said, I can't deal with this anymore. And I'm just going to quit taking it. Now, that was not without my mom knowing that I was going to quit taking it, and so she came over to my house, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was really sick. I really didn't feel good, because that's a really high dosage to get off of. I mean, I shouldn't have done it like that, but I was desperate to get off of it because my stomach was hurting so bad all the time. So I had my mom come over. She did help me with my kids. My husband helped me. And like I took a lot of baths, but it was crazy because I was never not able to sleep for at least 4 hours solid per night, even when I got off of it. And a lot of people I know, they cannot sleep, and it drives them crazy. And I understand that. And that's a really horrible part, an aspect of getting off of it. And that's, they're going days and days without sleep. And that's very hard to do already when you don't feel good. So, but it took a while. It took a while for me to feel better. But at about, okay, so I felt sick, honestly, like really sick. I want to say, day 4, I started getting really sick, and through day, I want to say 20, I didn't feel good. All the regular stuff that people go through when they get off of it. Diarrhea, my legs were hurting, restless leg, really bad. Just feeling like I was just anxiety, all that stuff. So I just, man, I would try to keep myself busy all day long. I literally had to stay busy, even as sick as I felt, even if it was my husband driving me around in the car, taking me on day trips, whatever, just to get, out of my house and out of that headspace. I had to stay busy constantly. And then I would come home and I would have to go to sleep, even though I would wake up early in the morning, because I couldn't sleep past probably 4 in the morning. How that is when you're coming off of it. But it got better. I mean, it got better. I felt sick for a while, and then it really did. It got better over time. I mean, and then I exercise, every day, and I still exercise every day. It really helps me. But I feel good. I mean, I really do. I mean, I'm very thankful.
If you had to go back to getting on Suboxone, would you be super depressed about it, and just knowing how life is now being off of it versus being on it?
Honestly, to be completely honest with you, having been on it for 11 years and then having been off of it for almost 3 years, yes, I would. But I think that also, whenever a person knows that they're becoming to the point where they're done, they're just done. And I finally had gotten to that point where I was just done. But if, what? I'm not going to sit here and say that Suboxone did not help me, because it did. It did. I don't know what would have happened to me had I not had that medication to be on for all those years, because I have had a very severe opiate addiction.
How long was your opiate addiction before you got on Suboxone?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. So I got into the car. I'm 38 now. So I would say it lasted for about, oh God, I don't know, maybe 8 years.
Okay.
It was a good while before, and I had tried to go to rehab several times, and it just wasn't working. Even for a while, they had put me on methadone, and I had to go to rehab to get off of methadone. But then, the last time with the Suboxone, I was like, I kind of was just done. I was done. I was ready, and there was nothing that was going to hold me back. But
so
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm a little curious. So let me make sure I understand you right. So did you say that you pretty much cold turkeyed from 4 milligrams?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you know that was the cause of your stomach issues? Was it just from being so backed up?
No, let me tell you something. And that's crazy for me to say, because, whenever you're on more than 4 milligrams, it's very hard to go to the bathroom. Okay. Everybody knows that. It's just the truth. And that's not something to be embarrassed about talking about. It's just is what it is. And so it was not from being backed up. They could not figure out what was wrong with my stomach. It was just this severe, I would constantly have acid reflux. I was taking medication for that. It wasn't helping. Just pain, general pain, severe stomach pain, almost every day. There was probably 5 days out of the month I didn't have stomach pain. So the last thing for me to try was like, I was like, and that I asked the doctor, he's like, I don't think it's from the Suboxone. Well, I didn't have anything else to try. I mean, I was literally desperate to not have that pain anymore in my stomach. I mean, my stomach just hurt so bad all the time. And so that was the last thing that I could do, other than all the other medical things that I went through to try to do to see what was causing it. And when I quit taking Suboxone, within like a week, my stomach, it's never hurt again. I mean, I don't know why it was doing that to me, but it just was. And it's horrible. But, and if it wasn't for that, my stomach hurting all the time, I would have probably been scared to get off of it. You know what I mean? Because it's scary to try to get off of something when you know you're going to be sick, you know?
Yeah, it's very scary. And I think sometimes when people have like traumatic things or like horrible stomach issues and they think that it could be the Suboxone, or a doctor tells them, hey, you need to do this, and like stuff gets real, then sometimes people can really dig deep and just get it done. You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
kind of what happened. To be honest with you, I was kind of just like, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm going to try this. I'm going to see what happens. That's why I did have to prepare when I knew I was going to stop taking it. To, like I said, to have my mom there, and because I have 2 daughters, and one of them's 11 and one of them is 14, and they were a little bit younger then, but they needed a mom and someone to be able to watch them during the day. And I knew I would be too sick, and I was for a while. So I was prepared in every way that I could. And I'm not going to lie to you, I took like 50 Epsom salt baths a day. Just like I said, it was a constant thing of having to literally keep my mind busy all day long in order for me to get off of it. And if that meant driving in the car all day, like I said, whatever it took is what I did. I mean, because I was desperate. So you're right. People can dig deep, and if there's a reason why they want to get off of it or have to get off of it. And like I said, I'm not knocking people for being on it. There's nothing wrong with being on the medication. It helps people, but some people want to get off of it.
Yeah, there comes a time, it seems like, for everybody that's on it long term, where the cons start to outweigh the pros to it. And I feel like that's when it's the user's responsibility, hopefully with their doctor's choice as well, to kind of start working their way off of it. And it just seems like some people are so afraid of the boogeyman withdrawals that they can just be stuck to the medication forever. And I'm definitely one of those that feels kind of guilty of that. I've let the fear of withdrawal keep me tied to this medication for so long, when I feel like I'm ready to get off of it, but it just seems so scary. Like I literally feel like I would rather get in the ring with Mike Tyson and fight him than go through withdrawal. That's what I think of sometimes. And it's just like, it's just so drilled into my head, you know what I mean? So it's so cool that you were able to just fight right through it. And what's really cool, I noticed about hearing what you were saying, is that you said after like 5 days the stomach pain was gone. And what's crazy is that usually people will start to get stomach pain starting then from like the diarrhea and from the medication coming out. But it sounds like you knew deep down that something in that medication wasn't working right with your body.
Yeah. And I mean, it's weird because for so long I was on it, there was just no issue with that. And then finally the doctor was like, well, he was really aware of like the stuff I was going through with my stomach. And he's like, well, then just don't swallow the medication, just let it build up in your mouth. And man, I would let it build up in my mouth. And by the time, it was supposed to have been dissolved, I mean, I would have literally a mouthful of saliva that I would have to spit out into the sink. And I mean, I tried everything under the sun to try to continue to be able to take my medication, but it was like, it didn't matter. It was just doing that to me. And there was nothing I could do about it, and I was ready to, and I wanted off of it. But like you said, I was scared of the boogeyman. I was scared. It's scary.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, especially when like just how long you fear that in your head, it can really get you down. Did you notice any difference between when you did swallow it afterwards and spit it out? Because I know JR was recently talking with me about this. He notices that there's a difference in stuff.
To be honest with you, even if I would swallow it, or because towards those end years of me taking it, I never swallowed it anymore. But No, I mean, as long as I let it dissolve in my mouth, I pretty much felt the same. I mean, it was pretty much the same for me, whether I swallowed the stuff that built up in my mouth or whether I just spit it out, honestly, for me. I mean, I know everyone's different, so.
I've got a couple other people that had asked questions. I don't know if you can see what they're saying, but
No, I can't see, but sure, I'll answer anything.
Okay, Callie Love, she asks, Kristen, do you still take narcotics?
No, nothing. Now I do take a Flintstone vitamin. I take that every day. I mean, I'm a really small person. I'm like 4'10" and I weigh like 89 pounds. So even me taking like a women's one a day would, you know, I have to take like Flintstones, but they work for me.
Okay, that's good to hear. Also, JR had asked a little bit earlier. He said, geez, I know it's a strong medicine, but I'm glad I'm hearing it. Thank you for your story. So these guys are appreciating you sharing your story, that it's nice to hear that somebody can get off and successfully stay off and be happy as well.
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat things and act like, oh, it was the easiest thing to get off of. And, oh, I didn't have, you know, I had pause for a while and I wasn't really expecting that. I don't think I expected it I'm not saying I had it every day. I'm saying about once a month for like 2 or 3 days, I would get kind of down. And that lasted, like I said, for a good 9 months. But after I felt very, very weak also, you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You've gotten off of it before, but you know that really when you're just really, really weak, it took a while for me to get my energy back. I'm talking about so weak, like, you know, if you go outside and, you know, you're doing just a normal task like mowing your yard. You know, the everyday things that people have to do. I mean, it would make me tired at first, really weak and tired just to brush my daughter's really long hair. I mean, it would make me like sort of very, very weak and kind of shaky and tired. But as time went on, they got better. And around 9 months is when I felt, you know, completely normal. And I'm not saying every day I felt bad. I'm saying some days I didn't feel like completely like myself. But as time went on, I mean, I feel like myself before I had ever taken an opiate now. That's been this long. So I feel really good. Yeah.
It's good. Were you able to, like, when you had those down days every, you know, you said a couple days a month, were you able to realize that was pause, or?
Oh, yes.
You just kind of knew it would come and go?
It would come and go. And the thing is I never knew when it was going to happen. It would, like I said, it would happen just very randomly. And it would seem about 3 days out of the month at just different months. It would be like at a different time. And like I said, it was no more than 3 days, but I would feel sort of down and sort of like depressed for a couple of days. And that took, you know, when people don't understand and realize, and I think tapering might help with this. Had I had the chance to do it over again, I would have tapered, because it probably wouldn't have lasted for that amount of time, like the pause or whatever. But I don't think people are prepared. You know, like when you come off of something, it takes a good while for your brain, I think, to sort of readjust. And that can scare people when they feel down and depressed and they don't exactly, they're like, oh my God, it's been 30 days off this. It's been 60 days off this. Like, shouldn't I feel normal by now? Because you've already, you know, gone through all that other stuff. But I think it just takes a long time to and I didn't get on any depression medicine or anything. I was like, I'm writing this out. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to get through this no matter what it takes. And I did. And it wasn't easy, but I did.
You pulled out the mama bear.
Heck yes.
I'm going to brunt through this. And I feel like mothers have a certain strength about them emotionally that when they have to really set their mind to it, they can power through anything, it feels like.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I was trying to power through. I was doing whatever I could.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it. Matt had also asked a little bit earlier. He said, was it a pinching pain, like a sharp pain, ?
Yes, it was just sort of this pain in my stomach, and it didn't matter, you know, what I ate. And I even tried to, I changed my diet completely in hopes that, okay, maybe it was that. It was just this pain that I would get in my stomach. And yes, it was sort of a pinching pain. And it was just crazy. I would drink enough water. I mean, like I said, I would do everything I could to try to, I wouldn't eat, spicy food. I wouldn't, but it was just a pain that I just could not get rid of. I mean, it was like, because it was becoming chronic for me.
Because I remember when I was on about 4 milligrams, and I remember too having to take like Gas X every night and stuff, because I just felt so bloated from not being able to clear out my stomach every day from the Suboxone just backed me up. But are you not thinking that you were really backed up at the time?
No, and the reason I don't think that is because I would go to the bathroom every single day. I mean, even though and you know what, I whenever I had the colonoscopy done, and even during this time, I said leading up to this, I mean, I would have to go to the emergency room sometimes because my pain would get really, really bad. And they would do, when they do like an x-ray, and they would do a CAT scan and x-ray. I mean, I can't tell you how many in the last couple of years I was on it, how many GI scopes I had with them just trying to figure out what was going on. I mean, it was just, it was crazy. And then I talked to so many people, and asked them, was it giving you any stomach pain? And almost every person I would talk to would tell me no, but it would do other things to them. They would either get a headache or, just this or that or whatever. But for me, I don't know why it was doing that, but it was crazy.
Gosh, I'm so happy to hear that you're out of that pain. Ugh.
Yes, I'm so thankful. You don't understand. I'm literally so thankful that my stomach doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah, nobody should have to live like that. Ugh.
Yeah, it was getting really bad. And like I said, I really do appreciate your videos. When I was getting off of it last time, whenever I got off of it, I was having to watch people's videos because I was so desperate to find people that had gone through this, and one of your videos came up. I mean, like I said, it was in August, it'll be 3 years, but one of your videos, and I watched multiple of your videos, and they really did help me. And so I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that helped you. I know it's it seems like it really helps to kind of know, like, to see other people and what they're going through, even at certain like doses and stuff like that. It can kind of let you know, it's like, okay, they can be okay at 1 milligram. I can get there too. Like, it just kind of lets you know you're not gonna blow up and melt into the sun if you taper.
Right. And I think all people should taper. If you can taper, I think that's the way to go. I don't think there's any other way to go, honestly. I mean,
it's really hard to cold turkey this, even at 4 milligrams like you did. I'm really impressed that you could do that.
Yes, I think it was honestly by the grace of God. Like, honestly, I mean,
it sounds like it.
And I had our help.
Before I let you go, if you could say something to people that are just really struggling with their Suboxone dependence or addiction, and maybe what would you say to them about if they're worried about getting off and their body not healing right away? Like, what kind of advice could you give to them?
You know what I would say? I would say if and when you feel ready and you're ready to come off of it, and you're ready to taper, and you've made your mind up, and you know that that's what you want, I would tell everyone, do not let the fear of what the withdrawals you're going to go through scare you where you don't at least try. I mean, it can be hard. Yes, it can be challenging, but you can get through it. And things do change. Things do get better as time goes on. And just don't let it scare you to death, because if you let it do that, it may deter you from it for a long time. And I was scared too. I mean, I was on it for 11 years. I mean, I get that. Everyone, that's a very real fear that people go through, is being so scared to get off of it, and for good reason. They know, but it gets better, and don't give up trying if that's what you want.
Yep, exactly, guys. And I think you can hear it in her voice that she believes what she says. So she made it through, guys. You guys can make it through too. You just have to want it bad enough. and you have to be willing to fight for it. I've noticed in the past when I've tried to get off and I kind of wanted it, it's just like once the withdrawal starts to kick in, you're not going to make it very far. So you have to really have your why figured out before you try jumping off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you hopping on and sharing your story. Everybody really liked hearing what you had to say, and you were very well spoken, and I really appreciate it.
And I appreciate you letting me come on here. So now I'll get off of here and then I'll just go back to the chat, right?
Yeah, you should just hop right back in there.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for letting me come on and talk.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for following along, and thanks for sharing your story.
All right.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Wow, guys, did you hear that? What an inspiring story to hear her say that stuff, you know? It's cool that she still follows along with Suboxone, people struggling with this, because she knows probably how she felt when she felt stuck on the medication as well, right? Yeah, guys, tell her thanks. I can see you guys really enjoyed hearing her stories. So good job to her. That's really, really cool to hear that story. So that just goes to show you guys, you really have to just be patient with yourself. You have to really want this to get off, right? And I'm going to kind of start wrapping up here unless somebody else wants to hop on for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and chat. If you want to do that, I'll watch for the guest thing to pop up on here. So feel free to do that, guys. I know it's kind of nerve-wracking to hop on somebody's stream and talk about your stuff, but hopefully you guys can take some nuggets from what she said and put that towards your recovery, right? So thanks again for hopping on and chatting. Matt, I wish your phone was working. Hopefully, maybe next week we can have Matt hop on here. I'd like to have JR hop on here and chat as well next week, if possible. And if you guys, like I said, if you don't feel comfortable posting video or having a video with you on there, that's totally okay. You can just turn the video off and just basically have a phone call with me, right? Let's see. Let me read a couple more comments here. Jeremy's been on subs for 5 years. Everywhere, nothing. She had a really great story, though. Let's see here. Okay. Props to you guys that hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you guys appreciate me hopping on here every Wednesday and chatting with you guys, help a brother out, hit that thumbs up button. All right. Jay says, hey guys, I'm on a little less than 2 milligrams now. I'm planning on going down to 1 milligram next week, then 0.5 milligrams the week after. Then I plan to jump. Would appreciate prayers, guys. So pray for Jay. He's been on subs for 7 years. Jay, that's a pretty rapid taper there at the end, my brother. If you're on less than 2 milligrams now, you're going to go to 1 milligram next week and then a 0.5 milligram a week after. That's pretty fast, buddy. Please be careful. I mean, if you have something serious going on as she did, and you think you really have the strength to fight the withdrawals, and you feel like you're really ready to do it, try it. The worst thing that happens is you come back on at 1 milligram, right? And then you sped up your taper a little bit. So I always encourage you guys, if you're going to try to jump off Suboxone, if you make it 3 or 4 days, you've suffered some, right? So don't let the suffering go to waste. Come back on at a lower dose. Your body will accept it, I promise you. And if it doesn't accept it right away in that first day, which for me it always has, I felt great coming on at like half the dose or 3/4 of the dose you were on. So if you jump off of at 0.5 milligram, you're still pretty much jumping off at, say, 1.5 milligrams because you didn't taper very long, right? So if you guys speed taper and then you jump off, you're still kind of jumping from a higher dose because your body hasn't even stabilized at the lower doses, if that makes sense. But Jay, if you do it, please let us know how it goes, and please be careful, my man. because that's a pretty rapid little taper there at the end. JR says, I don't fear the withdrawal. I fear the drug addict in me. Yeah, if you're in risk of relapse, guys, I can't ever see where it could be a good situation to try to get off Suboxone. Just stay on the low dose. If you're feeling good on a low dose, there's no problem staying on low dose Suboxone. And if you're on a high dose and you feel good and you're not having issues, then what's the problem, right? But I feel like most people have issues, whether that be sexually, constipation, self-guilting themselves. I was having joint pain issues because I believe Suboxone severely dehydrates you. So with me working out 5-6 times a week, I need the water and fluids in where they are, right? I need my joints to be lubricated with water and stuff. So if I was on a higher dose of Suboxone, I would be working out. I would keep getting shoulder and knee injuries. And I noticed as I tapered, those injuries went away, right? So you kind of get to know your body's own quirks, and you kind of have to find your own way through this because everybody's bodies are going to be different. Let's see here. Matt says, you're very strong, Christine. Yeah, she got that mama power. Tom says he has stomach pains as well. Stay away from psyllium, however you say that, for opioid-induced constipation. He says since he's cut down to 2 milligrams a day, he's had stomach problems, CAT scan, the whole 9 yards. Now, some people, if you taper down to a lower dose and your body's used to a higher dose, some people can have to use the bathroom 2, 3, 4 times a day because your body's not adjusted to that dose yet. I myself have to use the bathroom right now 3-4 times a day because I'm on 1, 2, because I'm just a little bit below 1 milligrams to 1 milligram. My body is wanting to clear itself out more. And that can get uncomfortable at times, right? Let's see here. Kristen says, you're welcome. Thank you for listening, everyone. Yeah, Kristen, go back and read through the comments if you want. People are giving you some props up for that. That was really cool. Praying for Jay. Yeah, everyone pray for Jay. He's going to try to fight the demon. Matt says, I know, me too, man. At least I represented with a tank top, bro. Yeah, shout out to you, Matt, for getting on here and trying to chat it up with me. We'll figure it out next time, buddy. It was cool to see. Kind of reminded me of me with the tank top and the beard and the baseball cap. Let's see here. Yeah, JR says he thinks he can get on next week. Good stuff. The stories all of us have may help someone decide to fix their lives. That's a great comment. Yeah, it really helps to relate to people. That's why I would like to start opening the stream up to other people to get on here and share their stories, because not everybody's story is going to be like mine. Your story is going to be totally different than mine. So it helps to hear people and stories like hers, you know, and people that are struggling with certain things. It's going to be different for everybody. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. I'm glad to have at least a couple people hop on. I'm going to jump out of here for now. I will be posting a video probably the next couple days, just letting people know that don't want to watch the live streams that of my Suboxone current taper dose. But I am doing good. I'm feeling really hopeful, and I'm feeling clear-headed, and I feel like I'm on the right path. I would like to be off the medication, of course, but I know what it's like for me personally to fight to fight the withdrawal. So I'm going to do it by slow and long taper. So I hope you guys continue to follow along. Matt says, God bless all of you. Be safe. Yes, we'll talk to you guys soon, guys. So feel free to leave me some comments if you'd like. And next week, same time, same place, I hope to have more of you guys jump on and share your stories. I think it's really helpful to do that. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.